Hi, I'm guitarist David Youngman, and in this video I'm doing something a little bit differently than what I usually do. This is going to be a review comparison video, and we're looking at two small body guitars. I've got the Taylor GS Mini and the Journey Road Trip guitar. And the reason I'm doing this video and looking at these guitars is that along with my performing, I'm also a guitar instructor. I teach at a college, and I also do some private lessons out of my home studio. And so I'm always looking at gear and guitars that might work well for my students. I want to make sure I'm recommending the best things to them. And I found a real value in looking at these smaller body guitars and just seeing how they compare. So I wanted to share that and thought there might be a lot of you out there that might benefit from looking at these two instruments. So first I'm going to go look at the specs, do a quick comparison. We're going to do some audio samples, and then I'll give you some of my opinions. Now we're looking at both spruce top models with rosewood laminate back and sides. Both guitars come with pickups. And the first thing I want to look at on these is the scale length. That's kind of I guess the biggest difference for me with these guitars if you're trying to decide between the two. Scale length is the length from the saddle here to the nut. And on the Journey guitar it's 24.5 inches. And on the Taylor it's 23.5 inches. So it's an inch shorter. The other thing is the width of the neck. The Journey guitar is wider. And we measure it here at the nut. And this one is 1 inch and 3/4, and on the Taylor it's 1 inch and 11/16. So it's a 1/16 of an inch narrower, and it may not sound like much, but when you get your hands around it, you can really feel it. So to me, that's the biggest deciding factor. If you have small hands, if you're a younger player, the Taylor is likely going to feel a little more comfortable for you. For adults, college students, high school students, the Journey is probably more the way to go, in my opinion. The next thing is the body size of these guitars. The Taylor guitar, they both look fairly similar if you look straight on at them. This one's a little bit smaller, I think, from the front. But this one's pretty skinny when you look at it from the side like this. And the Journey guitar, if you can see here, you can see at the bottom it's a lot wider. This is called the Manzer wedge, where it's narrow at the top and wide at the bottom, and that just gets more, kind of sneaks in more body. You can still have it close to you, and there's kind of room there to fit a little more volume into the body of the guitar. So I like that. Let's see. The next thing is the material for the nut and the saddle. And this is really important. So the saddle is here and the nut is here. And these materials are basically taking the vibration of the string and transferring it to the top of the guitar, making that resonate or vibrate. And so a poor quality material here is going to absorb that vibration and not transfer as much of that sound into the top. So in my opinion, bone is actually the best material. I always try to get my students to swap out their plastic saddles and nuts for the bone. So the Journey guitar actually has bone for both the nut and the saddle. The Taylor guitar has what is called tusk, which is a man-made material, spelled T-U-S-Q, and that's for the nut. And then they use micarta for the saddle, which is another man-made material. They're both better than plastic. They're pretty good. In my opinion, they're not quite as good as bone. They don't transfer the vibrations quite as well. Okay, the next thing is the pickups. I'll start with the Taylor. The Taylor has an under-saddle pickup, which goes right under the saddle here. Not on the inside of the guitar, but just under the white piece here. And they've got controls for bass, treble, and volume. And this pickup gets a pretty direct sound. There's not a lot of body sound. It's very much the string sound. And then the Journey guitar has a pickup system. There's some piezo sensors that go on the inside of the guitar under the bridge, and they just go straight to the jack. There's no volume control or tone control. So you have to have some sort of external preamp or amplifier. We could plug it directly into this amp and control the tone with that. The next thing, probably the thing that most people are most concerned about, is the price. And the Taylor guitar, this sells for $629 with the pickup. You can get it without the pickup for $529, and the Journey sells for $474.99. So a pretty big difference there, significant. The final thing, both of them come with cases, and I want to show them to you. I'll start here with the GS Mini case. Really like the color of this. It's a good quality case, pretty rigid. It's just kind of a foam. You can flex it. It's got a little pouch there you can put music in or accessories, and on the back it's got the backpack straps and a handle here. So nice quality case. Now the Journey case, I think this thing is really cool. Another soft case, maybe not quite as rigid as the Taylor, but I think it's about the same thickness of foam. Not a big deal, but this thing has so many extra little pouches, places to put things. It's got this big flexible pocket here, and on their website they show you can stick a whole ukulele in there. You can put your guitar stands in here and strap them in. There's different straps on here to hold things in there. You can slip a mic stand, through here and down into here and hold that in there. There's all kinds of little loops, things. You can clip water bottles or something. You can probably clip like 10 water bottles to this thing. There's a couple of pockets up here. You can slip just some little accessories up there. Backpack strap. So to me this is a really cool case. So that's kind of the comparison of the specs. Well, now I'm going to go through just a whole bunch of audio sample comparisons, just so you can get a real thorough idea of how these guitars sound. So I'll give you some of my thoughts on the Taylor guitar. This is definitely an instrument for smaller hands. I already mentioned that. It's got a good solid sound. It's a little more boxy. It's smaller, so it's just going to have a little more of a boxy sound, not quite as full as the Journey guitar. The pickup in this, it's a good pickup. It would be good for, you're not going to have problems with feedback. It's not quite as natural sounding, but it's a good solid pickup. And the whole instrument, it's a good quality instrument for this price range. So for the Journey guitar, this is definitely the guitar for adult players, college students, high school students. It's got that full-size neck, a little bit longer scale. It's got a fuller sound compared to the Taylor, just having more of that body depth. You just get a fuller sound. I hope that translated in the audio. The pickup on this guitar, I think, has more of a natural tone, natural sound. You get more of that airy resonance of the body than you do on the Taylor. And the final thing is, I love the case for this guitar. I could just picture college students, carrying that case around campus, and you can have your guitar with you. You can throw your sweatshirt in that case, and some books, and strap a water bottle on there, and if you want to play for a coffee shop or something, you can throw your stands on there in the back of that case. I think that's great. Well, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, please leave those below, and I'll do my best to keep up with those, responding to those. If you like this video, please subscribe. You can check out some of my other videos and see if this is a channel you want to subscribe to. And I really do my best to try to bring you guys the best in gear and music, the music I'm composing, and tutorials. So you can keep up with that by subscribing. And if you want to find out more information about me and my music and tour dates, I've got sheet music all on my website, and that's at davidyoungmanmusic.com. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.